Stop waiting for the validations of others. Stop waiting for others to compliment you. Stop waiting for others to tell you you're doing well. Hi, welcome once again to Dominion Wealth Zone. My name is Julius Olutokun, and Dominion Wealth Zone aims to empower individuals to become the best in life. Today, I will bring in another video onto you for your benefit. Please do relax and enjoy this. And I believe at the end of this, you will really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe and like and share this telecast for the benefit of others. Today, I'm going to be talking about 7 ways to become the best in life. 7 ways to become the best in life. In whatever you're doing, either you're an engineer, you're a business person, you're a teacher, you are a motivator, no matter what you're doing, 7 ways to become the best in life at anything. So at anything you want to do, 7 ways to become the best in life. Number 1 is consistency. Consistency is a rule of the game. A wise man once said that success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. What the wise man was saying indirectly is that success only comes by you having an inspiration of 1%, and 99% of success is you perspiring consistently, you continuing to do what you are doing over and over and over and over again, knowing fully well that the more you do that, the more you become better in it. Practice, they say, makes permanent. So the more you are consistent in what you are doing, the better you become at it. That's why when a pilot is trained and comes out of a piloting school, that pilot will not be allowed to pilot an airplane alone at the first time. No, the pilot has to be an assistant pilot and gain air miles. First of all, an assistant pilot will gain air miles piloting a small airplane. From there, they might go into a mini airplane. Then from there, they go into a commercial airplane. And somebody was telling me that you need about 600 hours. Someone who went for piloting training, he said you need about 600 hours before you can now pilot a commercial passenger airplane. So therefore, consistency is very important. Number 2 is discipline. Number 1 is consistency. Number 2 is discipline. Discipline means subjecting yourself to a set of rules, some do's and some don'ts, and stick with those rules. Ensure that you live by those rules. Don't live by emotion. Rules of when to wake up, when to go to bed, what to watch, where to go, who to associate with, how to spend your money. You need some form of discipline. Without discipline, you will find out opportunities will come, but you will abuse those opportunities. So you need a discipline of what you say, what you will not say, where you go, what you will do, how you're going to spend your money, how you're going to spend your time, who to associate with, what that you do in life. You need discipline, because discipline will enable you to maximize all your resources, be it financial resources, human resources, time resources, and material resources. These are the 4 main resources everyone has. So discipline will enable you to be able to maximize them. Number 3, remember, we're talking about how to become the best in life. 7 ways to become the best in life. If you getting blessed by this, if you gain some benefit, show some love and share this telecast or subscribe to my channel. Number 3 is to work with a vision. Work with a vision. John Maxwell defined vision as the power of foresight based on insight with the benefit of hindsight. Working without a vision is like you're trying to build a castle in the air. You will not know when you start and you're not going to know when you finish. Working without a vision is like chasing shadows. So vision enables you to define your goals, to define the time limit, to define what you want to achieve. So vision are very key and fundamental to becoming the best in life. So work with a vision. Without a vision, don't start at all. I'll give you a clue or an example of a vision. If somebody wants to build a house, you have what we call the architectural drawing that's done by an architect or by a draftsman. And the drawing will tell you where the windows are going to be, where the doors are going to be, where the roof are going to be. The windows will tell you all that. If you don't work with a vision and you are building, basically what you're building is you're building a coffin, because only a coffin that's got no windows and doors, no entry, no exit. It's just at the cover. So if you're building a house without a vision, you're building a coffin. So if you're building a business or building a life, a marriage, you're building a career without a vision, you're building a coffin, because you don't know where you're going, you don't know when you're going to get there, and you don't know what you are going to do. So work with a vision. That's very important. Number four is to believe in yourself. Self-belief is one of the most important key to becoming the best in life. Stop waiting for the validations of others. Stop waiting for others to compliment you. Stop waiting for others to tell you you're doing well. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you are doing. I'm not saying don't learn from others. Have mentors. Of course, I believe in mentorship. You understand? But believe in who you are. Believe in what you were doing. When I was going to start my teaching career in the UK, one of the best people who were close to me. As a matter of fact, apart from my wife, he was the closest to me there. He told me, look, you've not got the accent, nobody's going to employ you. You're not. He told me every negative and derogatory things about me going to teaching. And from that day, I just cut off from him and I stopped talking to him about that career. And I began to believe in I believe in myself anyway. I began to pursue that career. And when it manifested and I got a dream job teaching, I told myself, if I'd listened to this guy, I would not be where I am today. So believe in yourself. Don't wait for others to validate you. As a matter of fact, one thing I know about others is that there's an element of jealousy or some element of envy that others might have, even people who are close to you. So at most time, what you've got to do is to shut the door. Shut the door means to develop yourself in the secret and let people just see you manifesting. And this will take me to my number fifth point of becoming the best in life. Develop your skill set. Develop your skill set. Everybody in life has one form of skill or the other. It's either you have a barbering skill, you have a painting skill, you have a writing skill, you have a speaking skill, you have a brainstorming skill, you have a cooking skill, you have a sewing skill, you have a photography skill. Everyone has a skill set in life, but not most people develop their skill. That's why we end up going to work for people who have developed their skill. As a matter of fact, I've come to realize most employees have more skills than the employers, but the employees have not developed their skill sets. Now they know how to cut hair, they're good barbers, they're good hairdressers, but they have not learned the business part of hairdressing. Look, there is the technical skill or a technical part of every career, and there's a business part. I'm going to give you an instance. When you see footballers earning 100,000 per week, 200,000 50,000 per week, a lot of people always think these guys are making money. And they're making money, but they're not making as much as their agents. Some of their agents make more money than them. Their managers make more money than them. The football team owners, the owners of the football clubs, they make more money than them. These are the people that understood the business of footballing. Meanwhile, the footballers just understand the technical part, the skills part. So you need to develop your skill set. Develop the technical part and develop the business part. There's two ways to it. So some guys could sew good clothes. The shirt I'm wearing today, the brand owner has the business. Meanwhile, the guys that sew it, probably in Bangladesh or India, they're going to be poor. Probably earning about £2 or £3 an hour. Meanwhile, the guys who owns the business, who has the concept, who gave it to the warehouse for them to sew, they're making a kill. A shirt that comes out at the price of probably 50p in Bangladesh or in Vietnam or in China is sold in the UK for £35. The cost of freight, cost of shipping down to the UK is no more than maybe £1 or £2 because they're shipping in millions. I used to do that business before when I order clothes from China. The landing cost about £4 and I sell them for about £35-40. Easy. So therefore, develop your skill set. You understand? Don't die using your ability alone. Develop the business part of your life. Number 6, raise your standard. Raise your standard. Be unwilling to accept anything less than excellent. I always say anything that is less than excellent, I don't want it. So raise your standard. Push until you get to your best. Eliminate everything that limits you. Eliminate everything that does not serve your purpose. Make sure you find an area where you can continue to push. You can continue to move ahead. You can continue to raise your standard day in, day out. Do not begin to compare yourself with others. I'm better than this. No. Compare yourself with what you should have been able to achieve. So you need to raise your standard. Don't tell yourself, oh, I'm doing well. Tell yourself it can be better. There's always room for improvement. I can do much more better. I can improve what I'm doing. I can improve this video. I can improve my production. I can improve my product. I'm a tailor. I'm a fashion designer. I can improve what I'm doing. I design shoes. I can improve what I'm doing. So raise your standard. Don't compare with others, because if you compare with others, their own standard might be lower than yours and you think you're doing well. No, raise your standard. And finally, number 7, master the process. Remember that number 7, master the process and not the outcome. A lot of us will try to look at the end result. We look at the outcome. Oh, that's good. No, don't worry about the outcome. Understand the way it works. I learned this by when I started teaching maths in the UK. In the UK, if you do an exam or a test in maths, if you get the answer wrong, but you get the process right, then you have passed. That's the curriculum standard in the UK. It's only in the other part of the world, in the developing world, that you've got to get the answer right. Even if the process is wrong, then you say you get it right. No, the UK, the sister of education here, and when I used to teach maths, is that they don't look at the end result, they look at the process. Once you get the process right, then you can pass. So master the process and not the outcome. Look, I trade in stock. In stock trading, all of us, we always look at, what am I making? Am I making money? Is it yielding positive? Are they green? And that's the mistake we make. I made that mistake too. And once it is green, you come out of it and not knowing that it could be more greener. What we look at the outcome. We don't look at the process. But now, having done stock trading for more than 15 years, so what I do now is that I look at the process. I'll tell you when stock trading, when stocks are going to rise, and I'll tell you when they're going to go low. A few months ago, I think specifically in February, when Donald Trump releases his tariffs and S&P 500 dipped, it went, I think, from 94, it went to, I think, about 86 or 87. No, it went to 79. A lot of people were scared. I remember one of my mentees called me and he said, look, I'm losing money. I said, yeah, you're losing money, but now that it's dipped is the best time for you to buy more. And a few of them listened to me, they bought more. A few of them did not. And now, as at this morning, S&P 500, I think it's on $93. So if you have bought when it was $79 to $93, you'll have made a kill of about probably 15-20% of anything you have invested in. Which investment are you going to put money in and you get 15% in a year? But now I'm talking about 5 months. So master the process and not the outcome. Ladies and gentlemen, if you follow these 7 steps, you will be able to become the best in life and at anything that you are doing. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.